What's up, guys? Can't wait to tell you everything about this car that we just got done doing with my buddy Garrett. It was amazing. We got the 430 diff installed, UEL header, Tomei header. I'm stoked. Like, it definitely woke this car up. It gave it way more noticeable torque gain all throughout the RPM range, and it made it way more fun to drive. Like, and it sounds cool because it's got the rumble now, the Subaru rumble. I like it. I like the Subaru rumble quite a bit, actually. Love the rumble. This wasn't a cold start. Yeah, definitely love the rumble. So anyway, we got the Tomei header installed and wrapped. A day prior to install, I wrapped it. Why are you honking at me? And then, man, the wrap was like a nightmare. The wrap made us itchy. My lady helped me do it. Made us both itchy, and it was just no fun. But it was worth it. Like, in the end, it was worth it because it keeps the car definitely cooler. Like under the hood temps, and since the header is so close to the oil pan, I just didn't want that to be, what the hell is all this shit? What the hell are those things? I just didn't want like to get my oil cooking, especially in like SoCal. And guys on the groups were like, oh, you know, I ran it 5 years, no problem. It's like, well, you're not sitting in the oil pan yourself. How would you know? Like, you don't know if the oil is getting burnt. Like, unless you're sending it out to an analysis, like, you don't know. And then half these guys blowing their engines left and right. It's like, well, maybe that's why. But anyway, if you have an automatic and or even a manual, it doesn't matter. But if you have an automatic, especially, the 430 diff was like definitely a must do because it gives you more torque, like, and it's noticeable. It's like throughout the whole RPM range. So, jeez, man, these roads suck. And I ended up cleaning the throttle body too. Yeah, it makes a pretty noticeable difference too in throttle response, because like I had it tuned, and then the throttle never came back 100%. Like it came back like 90%, but it was still kind of like acting weird. And I went into my throttle body and it was filthy in there. So I'm ordering an oil catch can today. So I'm gonna tap into a PVC system and get the catch can going, and then that should prevent the throttle body from getting so dirty. And then I'm gonna run I still gotta run the carbon cleaner through it. Like, I think Subaru calls it like a top engine cleaner. So I'll run that through it, see what happens. We did the new sway bar end links in the front, and I went with the O'Reilly's ones because they're slightly shorter than stock, so, and they're about the same price or whatever. So that was cool. I love how loud this thing idles now. The rumble is just amazing. Love getting on it now. Oh yeah, and my lady drove it and she was so excited. She said it gave her an adrenaline rush. We drove it late at night. It was all quiet and this thing was just loud. Right after I got the headers installed, it was raspy. I don't know if you guys saw the first install video. It was pretty raspy. I didn't like it. I wanted it deeper, so I went to a muffler shop. Ooh, what the heck? That sucks. Damn. I had him weld in a resonator that has lures in it instead of like the typical holes. And the reason why, and I installed it with, so the air flows with it, not against it. so it's not like a parachute. It's not catching all the air, it's like gliding over it. And it's an 18-inch resonator, and what that does is it filters out the drone at a rasp or whatever. So you're left with just a deeper rumble. And now I have full headers. Everything is, so I have UEL headers, aftermarket overpipe. I have no idea who makes it. I think that's a Piggy. And then, nope. And then, so UEL headers, overpipe, stock front pipe with the stock, whoa, shit. With the stock, dude, people don't know how to drive in San Diego at all. With the stock catalytic converter in the front pipe, so it's still like manageable with the smell. I don't even really smell any difference. People are saying the headers make it smell weird, but I don't really smell it. Other than the wrap like curing first few days, it smells just like it smelled before. So maybe their second cat's clapped out, or maybe your second cat gets clapped out since the first one is gone now. I have no idea, but as far as I'm concerned, I still have a cat. It doesn't smell like shit. My Civic used to like straight smell like shit without a cat. And it's tuned. What the hell? So yeah, pretty much like it filters out all the rasp and then the that shit, and you're left with just like a normal deep rumble that you can actually, you know, have a conversation on a freeway. Like there's certain RPMs that you can make it pretty much like almost sounding stock, and some RPMs it just sound, and then when you downshift and like it revs up, it sounds so fucking good. I'm gonna do another video of just sounds because I'm gonna use my Zoom H1N recorder. Right now I'm just using a GoPro built-in mic. Oh, I used to have that car, but in white. Crazy, I didn't know they made a wing for it. Looks like a shopping cart. So yeah, anyway, the 430 diff, 100% worth it. Just don't pay over like 500 bucks for one, or try not to at least. The tune, well worth it. The headers, beyond worth it. So definitely those mods. And then I have the Invidia N1 catback behind that front pipe that's stock. And the previous owner cut out the resonator in the Invidia catback, so I just went ahead and welded one in, an aftermarket one, 18-inch wood louvers, however you say it. So it's nice, and I got my throttle response back after cleaning the throttle body. So next mod we're doing the catch can, and then that's about it. I think I'm just gonna do like maintenance. I gotta do my spark plugs I think next, and maybe do like a transmission fluid flush, or not flush, but like drain and fill. But yeah, this thing is so fun now. Like I don't know why I'm driving so slow, but it's hot, I'm hungry, I'm like, there's so much traffic everywhere. I'm not trying to drive like an asshole and just waste gas, but in the evening we will definitely like take her out. And yeah, see, there's traffic everywhere. We'll take her out in the evening and, you know, really be able to get on her, because right now I can't get on anything with this kind of drive, or with this kind of traffic. The weird thing is, when I first installed the header, it lost power for sure. It was weird. It like almost had no torque at all. But once I cleaned the throttle body, it was like night and day, and then we put the diff on, and everything just kind of like came together. And so if you have an automatic and you want to wake it up and actually make it faster than like a stock-ish manual, an automatic with a UEL header and tune is faster than a stock manual by like half a second or something, 0 to 60. According to a couple of YouTube videos. Now, automatic tuned with the catback, intake, header, overpipe, and the 430 diff, definitely faster than the manual, and it's probably even faster than the manual with a with maybe a couple of mods even. I'm not sure if it'll be faster in a manual with the UEL, probably not, but it's definitely going to be faster in a stock manual. And like legit, you can like start, you feel the car like accelerating pretty much how it should have been from the factory. No more torque dip, got rid of that bullshit. Sounds way better. It sounds cool, it sounds unique. And it's a boxer engine, why not make it sound, it actually reminds me of a V-twin. My Rotax 998 motor that I used to have in my Can-Am, that thing was a V-twin, and honestly at idle it almost sounds identical as this car, and it's like, oh, my V-twin lives on through this car. I still hear it in my ears, like when you're sitting at a ledge, just bop, 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 bop. Like it sounds cool, it's different. My E36 has that BMW dual overhead cam kind of inline six amazing sound that we all love, but I didn't want my Subaru to sound like that. Besides, this is a high compression engine, so you want to get that, you want it to sound good, like you want to be able to hear it, but I also don't want to like have it so loud that I'm getting pulled over everywhere and I can't carry a conversation with my lady in a car on a freeway or whatever. Or like right now, I can still make videos, POV videos, whatever. Still talk to you guys and whatnot. Oh yeah, and another thing, it actually has passing power in 6th gear now. So before it would immediately downshift into 5th, like constantly. It would always be in 5th. Even on straights, it was weird. It had no torque in 6th at all. It was completely like way overdriven, but with the 430 diff and the header, it actually has enough torque to stay in 6th gear. Like right now we're in 6th gear and we're going uphill, and like it's not downshifting unless I give it more gas, but I'm able to maintain my speed in 6th gear uphill, where before it would for sure go into 5th if not 4th. So that definitely tells me I got more torque. I don't need to dyno it. You feel it, and you know, gears speak for themselves. See, I'm giving it a little more gas, like barely, and I'm actually accelerating. Still going uphill. We're accelerating in 6th. I'm not downshifting. I'm in econ mode. Obviously, if we're in sport mode, we would be in 5th gear just for more torque. But I'm in 6th gear right now. I'm able to pass people. Like, if you guys don't believe me, see? Put it in manual, I'm in 6th. Let's go to 5th. That's 5th. Let's go to 4th. Just love that sound. So I think the header is well worth doing. I don't know why they didn't do something like that from the factory to eliminate the torque dip, because, and even in a newer generation, it's like they don't listen to the consumer. They're like, no, we'll just keep leaving the torque dip and keep having you guys buy the headers, instead of like just putting in one cat, maybe like a bigger cat into a front pipe, and just running like a normal 4-to-1 header from the factory that's shaped more like an aftermarket header. I'm not sure why Subaru couldn't do that. They still could have kept the car quiet. All it would have done is given it a rumble, and even make it equal length. Those still help with the torque curve. Not as much, but they do, but they give you more up top. And honestly, I didn't want the more up top, because that's where this car isn't. I mean, what am I gonna do? Go over 100 in this thing all the time? No. I want to go 0 to 60 quick. Feel that torque. Feel that like in your seat kind of feeling. When it's not as humid as it is today, and it's like in the evening where, you know, it's somewhat cool. Like, she has a lot of torque. When the air is more dense and cold, it just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling in RPM range. and it's nice because it just makes torque throughout the entire range, even up top. So I don't really see the, you know, I don't have a UEL header to compare it with, but I really don't see a need for it if this one gives you all around noticeable increase. So yeah, I'm not sure I would even be interested in an EL. So they could have just done a UEL header from the factory, made a bigger cat in the front pipe, and I mean, stock exhaust, I'm pretty sure, comes with a resonator in this car. So you design a resonator that filters out the drone and the rasp, and you leave people with a little bit of a. See, I didn't even push on the gas anymore. It just downshifted in the fifth when it really needed to go uphill. And that was a steep on ramp. That used to always downshift in the fourth. From fifth, I would have already been in fifth to begin with. So I like it. I definitely like the difference it made, and especially in the sport mode, man, it rips. There's really nowhere to get on it right now, and I don't like driving all fast on the highway. I like going around turns, and like you feel the torque slingshot you out of the corners. Like that's the kind of driving I like doing in this car. So I'll take you guys back to Blossom Valley. I went there the other day and I made a video, but like I didn't film on the way there, and that's when I pushed the hardest. On the way back it was all downhill and I just didn't want to go as hard. I like pushing a car slightly uphill harder than downhill, and this could already use new brakes. You know, the brakes aren't the greatest on this, so that's something I could definitely benefit from soon. So I'm gonna go back there with the mods and the diff and take you guys for a ride, and we're gonna see how this thing comes alive in sports mode. And it just goes, man. It with the tame coilovers all set up, it just hugs those corners. Oh yeah, and I got the sway bar end links now replaced too, so that's kind of cool. The sway bar end links are replaced. It gave it tighter steering feel, so I definitely appreciate how it feels now as opposed to how it used to be. I used to constantly have to overcorrect it, but now it's just kind of like in there, and it has better like return to center when you going around stuff. It like goes back to center a little bit harder, which is nice too. It keeps you more planted, and it's more predictable steering. With the blown out sway bar end links, your steering's kind of all over the place, and it's kind of unpredictable. Oh yeah, and how I knew I had sway bar end links that were damaged is it was clunking like crazy. I drove it back from the exhaust shop and it was like clunking over everything. Almost like your ball joint's out, but there's no ball joint play. You would feel it if your ball joint's out that bad. So I was like, I wonder what it is. What else could it be? Sway bar end links. So I went ahead and replaced those. I troubleshoot stuff quick. Like I have experience from other cars, so it doesn't. I don't need to like put it on a lift and like sit there and inspect everything. It's like I already know what it is. You could hear it, you could feel it. And I took somebody for a ride with me, and they said that it was, what do you call it, coming from the back, and I'm like, no, it's coming from the front left and front right, or mostly front left is what was making the noise. Anyways guys, catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed me rambling on about my car, and I'll take you on a cool spirited drive POV soon. Take care.